50,000 or so, and I'm a cabby. Now I'm fanka ye Jumanan Camilla and Faso. Says 50,000 and talker.
50,000
I deal go to me a bicycle. 50,000 talker, just a bicycle. Oh, the Kotoka bay. Medivate taba, what's all pervaded the Ayajuma. Wait no do it's almost 55,000. My enemy 50,000, made the car now. And the vet, 85,000, 90,000.
Yeah.
2010 model. The idea Uber taxi, 85,000, 90,000. What you say? And to say no, say, a dread no, akaye challenges, Cassia, Amaya pa, akaye or Hawamay, because Yana Damudabamaya were port no once in the crown, yes, also they come to Memfuano. What you say? Because
Obi any Hodoma would just over Boca.
Dabida. What you say? Enti the yesterday say, Debia, yesterday, you can't say, your dollar issue no, and then I did problems we now had a amay. We share 2013. Now we share charges and I work car so, and then 2024 charges I was so now. Hey, baby, na charge back, car nankasano, me Toyota 4, which is the last 2 weeks. Toyota 4 2021, car nankasano do teno, which is 30,000. We are for do tankers and 30,000.
Me patcho what turn Nsem or honum so betimi ni yacha.
Oh, car no me turn no mfen say $18,500.
Ewo ho. And now the be pay Ghana ye duty said that's so ye.
Duty nankasa no wotie and we say charges no.
Okay.
E bia say 23 charges. Say 23 charges no and na wo ka bomu a wonam 145,000 Ghana cedis. But can you do Trankasanka 30,000? And to say charges, baby, ye be through swat. Sanka yeso, Yamuba in high, met me for so one in our woman. But any idea, yes, say, and pen for any baby found, any easy my or my Ghana, and no my differ brooch the bomb, man. And also say no my differ amanone.
Say, yeah, to me near who so any production will go.
Thank you. What you see? Tiwo ina di fiama no ne ne yedeba enti wan ka se hwe mfoni na hwe ade o na hwe nkrofo dodo a yakra noma edeba o manyi mu port sika manye manya kasa asemu wo so mensan ka bi port manye sika esi the whole Ghana resources bia gold kra emma what you say minimum bia now every month oyi 10 containers every month. Say the whole this year, where you container 3. Se can we?
Now no me kwa na why empty part. Tina me bisa me ho say bro nye ye be kwa ne say ni ana mo kwa ye nyoma dada. Oh
empty no podi say why empty sin time e bia wo de kwa ye no. Edu maybe this year yawo and the whole week we o mayi container 5 per. E water ma habo. Now no man wo dey ba se keba na wo de kotua duty. What you say? Say no every Tuesday bia exchange rate ekosoro. Say metua me container aba. Na metua me duty me bibia wie Monday. Say ne pa wo. Na wie Monday no ye ntumi mbie container no. Na I could do Tuesday. We say exchange rate. Into all say me sanso trace ka foforo de kan.
On be sa calculate the amount.
Yes.
Me patro fa ye chance ye say ye the layman's perspective. Ye kraka e de fi obi man so asan e na procedure no esitie.
Ye kraka de fi obi man so de abon man mu a. Wo beto car no se woto no auction a se eye accident, se eye accident. Ye man na won drive e wo ho. Also we tow car no edko warehouse car na me toy no enya accident car ba ya ma mo kwan na men drive on fa kwan no so also me fa toyi car no so on so obeje me kakra e bia ba ye $500 or $300 no de akoba bia mo warehouse wo ekodu mo warehouse a na me de ahye container mu me de hye container mu a na mama na truck abafa container no e de ko port. What you see? Into the Kodu porter, and the ship the swafa. Until first, no, and I will do container. ABR, well, do container me, no. na vaccine no de kodu port na vaccine na fa because of nkofo de nyoma ba mo nti vaccine ntumi take more than 2 weeks kra na start say ba Africa what you say but say no ubetumi aye last 3 months last 4 months me ye container vaccine no ekwa na se be sina ne onye loader o de baba Africa no no so onye no loader o ma Africa what you say
na nyoma ne da so si
na nyoma ne de ubetumi aye container wo so okay me ye we ya ene next month or some year container for enti me we year to a week we to a we bedu na we year what you say e be where you know on the 1st on the 15th when said that we are in so say so the ebedu but because of vaccine enya load nenti the first one vaccine na be second one what you say
very funny
serious
interesting
yes
into when procedures are mo femu ansa e hyen na motofi amanfo amanso aba bedu ye krom ha na me pacho edu ha sei no say ye calculated duties in as for the amount no say na no so ya na port in pay the form ye no ye car brand a wo de buy ye enfie dodo a enya any car type no mo hwe so calculate mamo ana
sa pepe say man fa na say me yo hienua na ma toka wo amanone na me de aba me toka no 2010 model because me ntumi nya sika until 2023 or 2024 it's very expensive into me to 2010 na bo no e wo fom ma toka no e bia $5,000 Toyota Corolla what you say na me the car no aba bedu o man mu a you say 2010 no ayo over age 4 years into 4 years no all say me tua over age and over age no so ye the saloon car no 4x4 near 50% no mo de work e de man what you see saloon car no e bi 30% 40% and it's work 30% na say car no do it no e bi akaye te say 30,000 na me bokwa akotua be 60,000 or 65,000 tinie yo wa bresi kana me de to car no abrochie no kwa no endu sa sika mbochie watama
na me sha ase na me ka no
ntimfa so be na ewo so
enti eba ne sa na wo de sa sika calculation ngina wo de egu ka no so de ama ye ntimemufo na ye beto
na obi a me ye adwuma wo railways me de makadi me pay wo koko clinic me do railways wa I was a bit go so ma wo ntimemufo no ana
okay
akwa me de go so ama wo mo
transi a bit cry ntimi enti what pass it through procedure where ye bie o container no so na ya hwe no ya na mostly eye na what do was saying ne fuado do say no mo yes procedures ngina wo mu jai wo goods at the mouth
cemetery duty enne on the 1st metery duty na all say ye the container no efi ya de ba jubilee what you see nti trucks no bokwa akafo nsuo na no say osumasi no container no masuso nsuo watua nti all say ye de ba jubilee ne ye bebie nti si ye ntumi amfa jubilee ho amma enna ene be ye echina echina no so na say e bia network sem no mentumi ambia hwehun say Monday ne charges e ba so
enya wo na
enya wo photo
omo na ntimi anyo
wo ne wentumi anyo wo adwuma so you have to pay charges and then yanti hase no
eno maka ho asem mo a mo kra neoma fi ama maka ho asem edi asem na ba ne ka kire mo
yaka nkesi babia yaka bia yaka o TV so radio so social media babia ya bre se ne ya me no akasei ka anka ewiase hwan na mpaka
esi akwa de enye luxury biom
thank you
enye luxury biom
eti se no cars na ya de ba no wotie na se car no ka ye wo man mu a duta wo mu de ba ma no esense wo de fi abrochire e de ba yo ene ye de nyoma no so ababedu ye keye problem ye de ba problem se den na yenye eno na ye bisa yenye de adwuma no na yenja ya na
eno so de mu jaya ho be kire pa enti ebebe ne ebe ka se demorrage
no first no ene ye wo 60 days wo de nyoma no ebodu tamahabo enti 60 days no mo te so e de ba 50 no mo te so ba 40 sese about 30 says about 21 days. 21
days.
Yes. So the normal be do 21 days now. Won't me enclave porter the knowledge no started action. Sir, a chance I could do 60 days. And ya would be
or mine
a bind there. Na problem I want to say, Madame, man to me and to your duty. Emma, I do 60 days. 60 days na so no what's a one farm mami I bind there no problem na sa me car na ankasa mo san abon ocean so a e bia do tini ye 70,000 na makoton car no e bia 15,000 nti ade nti na sa na ete dia anka mo ma na me ntua 15,000 na me am fan car. Hello
me wa hapa
what you see anka sa na ete dia e anka mo ma be 50 say 30,000 cry. But the same car na me de buy na men to na more alpha car na more ocean car no
masa ton bo
mate so
no monim so betimi ateso
monim so betimi ateso adamonte so mani ankasa na memfa mentua otua duty
sa asotwe ye de ma wo
na amia se ne ye pesika ma oman no ntanka monton no aboden se ne oman no benya mfa so dem can
Metiasia, but why encounter such situation where be paying?
Media, my car, ya mfa ye mum na nkofo bebre cars. Even crew Andra and then answer Andra could be from F150. Enti say ye calculatia. What? Yes,
we demo.
Yeah, we German F150 2018 model. We jam.
No sa no nipa ni uhu car ni say nam kroma, do you see it say a car?
And there won't to me who car ni there won't to me who obi musu hu say be a pen what I say obi ne car went to enter duty a wo mo je ye ohun so pani bit o si no form
o si feni ni
yeah so be aso and no na well say awo no say ni obi minimum hey say gofo ba beta wachi ana ahu nti ye pese sa no ma na bakoso ye sere say wo mo hwemanye ye sere what ya say wo mo ma na dollar no ba fam a yesu timamfo no ahu obi a wanye sika 60,000 ya sema ye ken ene na aka ye 60,000 first na ye bon 600 million no 600 million no enye easy how abushwe bi wo mo hu bi dawo na watam say sika we na say entumi antoka na se basikra na wo kwa na se wo bai na se wo yira wo bai de no ne no atena so wo ba so a wo bai ne de yesre card obi ahia ka e de adi ne dwuma nti yesre se wo mu hwe dollar no manye se dollar no ba fam a bibia ba fam
amana se kura se ne first na nka nkofo bitimi soye ma cha o ka kura no sisi a won hye da ante sa story ne bio
ne duty no betua no e ya de fam sisi so obi toka o se o ma cha o ka bodu porter e problem
edema wo
no be the way is keke yi ka no to na nka wo no duty no esesen no se ne danka se ubotumi ayi di anka ka de yi na ubotumi aka se ye de bebe si habo munko mu kai no way den we kutua yi
Ebusienti Obra Nsem dwumadie and agusha wo show CTV Ghana's #1 TV station we ya from to obi understand say ya be albetia se and hihye ahodo say the dwumadie no support tema port one asem ne ye kanyi edu anadwopa na anam tema moto we kwan so a amanfo akle wo nyoma mi hu am se we bra wo mo abrasa enam kwan so a ekọ no enye joke ba utifi a wonte ase enti o midimi sika ama agent bi besi ne nyade a mehu hwe enti ne no ya tue abo ase dia ma se ne be ya obetimi enye mu nti ase individual to say me metimi akọ online akraka e dia ba a me metimi akọ akoyi ana se ti se menya agent obedi menim
card de wa obetumi akọ online ato na woto a na se ebedu a wo ankasa wontumi yi te se unya agent what ya nti agent no na obedi anim aye bibia bi container no wo so ye wo madwuma no agent no na wo the bill of lading ebama no nti sa bill of lading no obohu se container no wo car no eye dodo sei eye sei what ya say na ono ahwe car no say emie ye ba bill of lading no car no ni ye onum no year car ne edi ebe 2022 2023 model what you say and ebe car ne Toyota Hiace and I say ebe a Toyota Prado and I say away enti eno no ono be work ne wan say okay sa car we year we e do to say no say de wutua no no the do to no ama nti the do to no manwa e na wo wakwakutua e wa habo what you say and as we put your bank be a wo pe bia nti wutua e be reflect pe na say watua wo duty agent no wo kwan say obie so na do wo kae de e de mawo na ho no so e na ye wo bibi to say dapoha what you say your agent na nkese ono woni fia obaje first no from 2013 eba na wo mu ebie container do waje one car waje 600 800 the highest but say wo mu je 8000 7500 agent no say no makoso anye easy
me pato en hye ben na ye wo ho ye kraka de ba Ghana ha en hye ben na ebo ho bra Ghana mra ben na ebo ho ba ye de ebia asotwe bi atom so ye wo hye bi e be ka se ye regulation bi a e wo se wo a wo kraka ne de ba no wo di so a wo ni so a asotwe ho de ma wo nipa no
en hye wo ho a memenim se ebia car no ye se Ghana mra kire se me yemfa over age cars emma oman mu over age cars say you 2024 so what the 2014 car bar yen cross in kwan de eye over age ye na mum say you see 2025 and 2014 car no aye over age what you say okay say me the over age car bar metua penalty tie ne yo and am meso no say me mfa over age car ma ka fa 2020 model car eno so no do ti no e wo so no tie ne yo asam no me de car okay we there e 2010 menim say no do ti no e wo fom utie nti me de no aba me de anu aba no there was a penalty a metua am government say 2010 a metua 4 years okay and me mfa 2010 car ma me de 2020 2023 latest one also no enam say ye nche ye nti duty no e wo soro
I see
what I say makafa 2017 2018 duty no e wo soro me do over age so ba eno so duty no metua no message another penalty na say akay the same thing just say kwasi ko ogina nkontia what I say nti over age ne de some meto mo ase enwu say ka bi wo ho mo a enkwan say anka ye de ba oman mu but nimpa no ebe wa yen fofofo baby $100 and I say $200 what I say na cash su bi wo ho a edi mu ese ye cash na mo kwan su ha no ankasa what I say enti ano de ye be sere say wo mu hwe no wo mu ye ho bibi what I say so wo mutum ye over age no e bibi e de man okay man fa ma de ene ye de 2020 cars baba akwaso du tin mo hwe man ye ba ya te say ye papa say oba oba ye du tin bibi a flat amanye
ye ra ba
omia say de aka no e ye no credit a na oba ye de no hu say ye no credit eno no problem a ye dwene ho oba ye de no hu say de okay
na Ghana Revenue Authority wo mu duty e wo port ho ene ne enya wo ma said ya ene wo mu dwumedi a wode ehihye so wo port ho no
so ono no tax na orgy mapacho what na say ono no tax na orgy enti ono de obeye bia no end of the day no entwe sa tax na wo car no enye de ema enti ono mfa no ono de na obeye se no okay me yem kra na anka na kra no sa papa e kra no container kra no e bia wantumi kra yi e bia metumi kra sa aka sa aka no what I say so bia bompa e so benya de papa ma no ana ento ono no de no no asam de ono de wa say wate a onye dey onte ye what I say na mom eye shipping lines no na wo say ehu obroni bia ne wo mu a ono obetena aha what I say yankasa Ghana for ye di ehu abro ono wantumi amfa car ne bia ma wantumi amfa ne oma ama wo de busumi bia wo ye neoma busumi bia wo kɔ enti ono na ɔte ha no ɛna ono ɛde de ayamla kwa no ɔde ayamla what I say de ayamla na ɔde ayamla sɛ ne bɛyɛ a wo ho bɛyɛ den ɛbɛkyerɛ ba yɛnyɛ ne saa yɛsrɛ wɔ mo omanya de nyina yewom e bia wo te wo no obi wo ho ma ye custom officer owo habo so obato ka wo mo
sir
adentia ontumi mfa ma ontumi emfa ma onim se aho enye bete nti o pese de obi di aba no na ono aba ye den aba abato nti se ye ntumi amfa ma obaye den wo so atumi ye den atobi
say Suma Motor Squad de mo consider Ghana for kakra ko bo se senka mu di san hihye ya wato obo ase a chechem dem se kaka ye ntimi nto but so far the senaja ogum price ne de mayenti no ye ni sopa atenti na man for the cars ne bi ewrem wo Togo border ewra krom ha
aye duty sem na aye duty na si aya me ne wo kase nkofo bebre o de car no be fi ama no ne na wa aye car no transit bia Burkina na wire transit econo na wasan so the car na aba back say Burkina total 4 ne bo no wo fom ese Ghana ha Burkina so mu ni habo bo mo ba fakas ni na afi wo mu yi wo mu no ma ni afi ya ha wo Burkina wo mu ntwe duty tie ni o nti se Burkina fo ntwe duty a nti yesu Ghana fo na nka ye ntwe duty na nka ye den ana ye no enye yesa ya ye de ya habo yesu ye ntwe duty a because Burkina entry duty ECOWAS na ye Ghana for ye nka ho
pa
enti ade ntra anka yeso wo mu ma ye kwan na yeso enyi ye no ma free se ye yi bi free na ye yi a ana memni aba won tima
asama wo kan ne kwan so ano no ntina me ba bebisa wo se de na Burkina for ya Ghana ye ntimi nye ye nyina ye sovereign nations de na wo mu ya ye ntimi nye asoman
se womu ne habo no ewo mu ho 2 na womu ne oma na efo na ewo ho no wotie wotimu se Burkina no omumla na ye adwuma because uko Burkina wako 5 years ni a wobako bottle water no de ye ton no saa na ye ton no ba Ghana ha endu busumi mienu a ye nto ade mu
busumi ndi se wa calculate
madase
e no bisa nneoma bo wa aboso kan obeda ho besa asa wechi abayesi atum
inyasa me am koto ade wo store meto ade wo store metu aka me kwa na ofrem se membra nneoma no akosoro nti o se metu na ma je receipt no wo mse dabi si wo mu de mamia de wo mu kwa koto no ontumi ye den enye sika no ntumi koto foforo se obi kitaka tie ne yo ehun sa no na didimu abebibia mu medical ato am obi 2016 wa register in 16 enne oton car na ebi am car no ma no 60,000 enne oton car na so pe 1.8 den tira wo pe 1.8 a o se me ton a me ntumi enkoto foforo enti o so ton na abode se na be ya o de bi kra soso akoto car be ya ketua bi na nipa hin na wo 1.8 180,000 sa time ya ye wami
and I can't just a bicycle now
just a bicycle nti obi anya na adwen se wo mami ensa na bicycle na just wo ye we se wo mu ye kwan na ye the bicycle no
ya double up because near cause we airport na no wode and near me ya ne say Ghana for ntimi ebi mu ntimi nkasa
kasa de wo kasa wo dabi
ebi mu ntimi nka
kasa nde ya kasa ye mpanifo ni nyina so ya we ye mpanifo ni nyina ya we
that's what we nneoma ho
but say wo mo de protocol na yi nneoma
omo won hihye ya omo di so anso omo yi omo nneoma
oh bebre no ntwe duty ono wo be yi nneoma wotie se wo top petrol
me top
na se wo mo top petrol dey something na wo habo opa bi so obi a mo etie fo mo tie mi enkasa de me kan kra ka wo di abana ni duty e bia na mbaye 4 billion no ono be yin free enti de wo kan wan na betie me de no ma ba me yin free de wo kan wan na betie
nti omo nse down feel the pains amumu go through
oh mami this idea mpa na ye bo se nyame ihu oman mobo what you say na Ghana ha na ye wo no se wo bie adwuma na se adwuma no du 1 year na Yesu tu ono na ete Yesu ono na ete wadwuma mpo because meteo
ade na ye ntimi mi adwuma ma adwuma no ntimi extended 10 years why 1 year
wo disika 1 million Ghana cedis abia adwuma na wakafa nneoma utie 1 million Ghana cedis no okay me de emu 600,000 fa nioma se 400 ebeyi ebebe do no tie enam ye dollar issue nti no se usansu kopa another 1 million wo ka fa no he sikira wodi ye budget to wo no entumi ye nioma no ti so kopa go sia foforo enti nioma na obeyi bo wie no na sika ko wura mu no
na no meti Senaguta President Joseph Obin Dr. na woka say mo dwedi for dodo na e de onsa ka wa capital because of charges ahodo a omo face e wo port on. I don't know say also why you affected ya
Ghana ha de na oka no e 100%. Ghana ha obi en wo obotumi di ne say no bo say enemre say ebia 2014 15 enyoma na okraba no sese otumi kra mu wante oboa oyokotwini obi en ho nye okay media men deal with stores but nye car dealers no se garage bia wo beko na cars na gu wo bebe no ebia nipa be 50 but the ye nipa baako enya no kre garage bebre agu opam ne wonfa kwan so bebre agu because sika no dey wu adwuma ne mu no sika ni na ahye yes we di sika no when di sika no
or the rap
business no mu ene ye dollar issue no what you say ye dollar issue no ye problem nya ye dollar asam ye problem say bibia ye prefi oman mu adan me te say obi ka say enkan do kono first no na oto enkan do kono 1 cedi kura wontumi ndi ene enkan do kono ye 10 cedi 50 ne wey eburo no ye kra eburo no na ye de ba eburo na wo kra na wo de ba no enye dollar $1 enti se ye betumi amanioma abafom metimamufuo na obi aho atona menu aba ti se ye dollar issue ni ye hwe kanene dollar na nka 2014 na ye say kan ye hwe kanene dollar na ye fan ye hwe na ye 670 ti se na kanene dollar na 13 point something e ko 14 obaye den na watumi atena obaye den sika hia na wo sika sen wabram kita $10,000 a na nka first metumi di aye no mebebre se $10,000 enye bibia enye hwe enti sika sen pa na wo a wo de ko wu adwuma mu a da bia wo de nyoma ebaba te se first no wo yotrofo wo boa enye no kre
se bi wo hono ma ya na amanyosem nti ya na meka no wontimi nka no senia asa 2023 na kasa ye import ediba Ghana 100,000 vehicles o share data hodra e wo minima asa 2023 that is 4th December per year no 100,000 cars and ye kra ediba kroma say mostly ya na cars ben from countries ben American cars na do so kroma say mo kra pa na
ya de American, Canada, Germany, all these cars na ya de ba. Since Taiwan force wo cars no e very good. Nti no me fi wo ba pa. What I say, but I say Taiwan no eno e US dollar. Canada pe no mu dollar issue no e dey e wo form. But what I say, Canada dey e wo form ti wo de no me fi wo ba ya eboa kakra. Eno nti e na Esumai Motors. Yeah, because we US dollar fakwa air konwa
16.21 Ghanaian cedi na what dey akonya dollar baako
enti me ma 16.21 abenya dollar mame wonye bi mame
where cry is coming from a
wonye bi mame
which is
what I say say wo dollar wo meme wo cedis na se me kepe dollar e different
this a black market
what I say wahu enti yesre say no ye dollar no ye sre wo mu na dollar ni ngina manye na do ba ye no 2017 obama ma dollar obati do so do not so no dollar obi ani je ye na ye bo se
okay
because me 2016 me mama mo workers ni na so obi ankoto aba mama nanado dentia o hyen bo e ka kire ne se oba ye do tisem na ade no obehwa amanye na ye wogide wonu mu ba se akwala bi a na onya 2016 no nya 18 years sane papa entumi ankoto aba na yan change of government na se by this time ya obomu sane papa no na odwunu ko akire pa
okay
obomu se papa no odwunu ko akire what you say anka obi bu kra botumi akum wo mu papa mo because yamana nana do ya dey ama.
Okay, okay, that is serious, but yeah, can say no. Openi wato bo ase achechim enche activity. A producer yemfa ko ana na ye hu ne ekọ. Okay, yes, yemfa ko ntie busia ye de numbers no na ye de go screen so de ama musa ne be obetimi afre na wadwe nche wo de atudwa ye papa kasa nyina CD to dollar no ho asem wakasa na wabene wo hye adwuma yase enye ne wo hwa eden na ban no eya onye ne ye nti ade bia de sidi no na ho odin esote e na dem proposals na ade be ma no
me de makana se no me ya minister
okay
tie ne ye na yeso ya adwene ne se wahu ewiase na ye wo no so bia ka asem a na watie enti wukotokuo no o se wubu ne tenten obia de ode baba no
okay we dey kremu ma me na me for hello good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Nyame adom ne mpai bona also eh.
Good.
Okay. Me pacho odi ne baby akasa free. Me pacho gaga ne.
Good. Papa na sem na wo kan dia ya dukuru na.
Ye rawa mo odi ne baby akasa free o mira. Odi ne baby akasa free.
Me kwa me dance so me kasa free happy man.
Pacho yo and ye mane nkoma ye.
Aha. Papa na komo na mudi no. Ye problem ye wo Ghana nyina ye dollar. Okay. Problem ye wo nyina ye dollar family. Because 2016 me ba beto aba me dey by GMC terrain.
Okay.
It had 200 million, which is 20,000.
Okay.
UTMP, that time, that's dollar. And now the bar, we will see 1 point something million and a billion. And it's too much. I buy note, they should concentrate on the foreign economy. I don't know. Men never see dying my way, my hospital, and whom ya a 50 your hospital. The 50 car for quiet. I did here a economy. Quite a nipa fast in Botu. Now, I buy Ubetina employment about when you go to America. Me call America, me call ball at Juma, mini about.
Okay.
Yeah, young family. Virginia,
okay.
Yeah, young family. A Juma Papa or a ball at Juma. Then there will be Papa Juma. No one man 2.5 million. 2.5 million. Ne beye den ene nipa no watime didi we and the corona bano but sanitation betime create thousands and thousands of people. Thousands and thousands of people. Ne duty ne je okroma de my dear aye 4 months.
Atra two no.
I buy way here and was it out.
Okay. Thank you very much. Me da se bebre. Enti abusia 0302771593 obetimi afre na wadwane ya maye sima be se enso be di aka ho aye de be wrap up the show. Na wadarema na oguso a wo ka CD to dollar no. Na me bisa say de na aban na ya onya ne yie ntia. You see the now every blessed day. Now back from Batkola Biswaba. Hello, good morning. Mepacho, good morning. Hello, good morning. We be with TV in volume no cost your party mommy feedback. Hello, good morning. Okay. Mr. Wadama, what Friday media anyone with TV volume no. Okay, hello, good morning. Me Pacho, good morning.
Good morning.
Me Pacho, we didn't maybe a casa friano pay.
Me Pacho, your friend wants to be a casa free to my
okay. Me Pacho, you meet you.
Me Pacho, as some of Papa Canadian, Papa a fact. As some of Kangina, Jenu, as some pan or water.
Okay.
Well, no, kata wo kan na won ka as a political or side we ni be bia but one wo kan as a Ghanaian ya ni Islam one wo ka Ghana Nsem one wo nya na dey say political party wo die or ka abrabo wo o manu man ka papa we dey ya ni Islam because asama wo kan wo ka Ghana for Nsem e dey amom wa common sampamom by Dr. Babu Baumi asama wo kan so ba you know the man for and kasa and the rest of Dr. Babu Baumi ana lawyer ko fi Obra
hey me part all the politics e remo mira when him say Obra Nsem so any political show part all media see me part all me producer say ayesa anti yemfa course bi ebio enti na Nsem wadarma fa ye wie enkomo ne ye de Ghana for say waka near what grounds na ye pay enye political party bi obi wa otie ne kasa tim say wo ka twako party we but wo kire yen say edu bebi kwa no o ma members to abade ma political party bi because na nim Nsem na wo ka no ebebu abato buy no so akwakoye something different do but ye can say ye wrap up Suma Motors for nyame hiramu eni adwumade a moye waseme twato na yenso yenkonya mo so
mini aba gangan to ade maka ne se no oman na yewo mu no so oman no mu eye mla enye mpanfo se asura de elfo a achechede ontobi but so oman no mu ye mla eye yina ho ye nipa baako so bia wo car na so no nke dina kwan ho na o drive na car kwa adwuma I think sanko bia ho beto no ablabo se ubenya baabi a wodi utibeto ubenya baabi a wobekwa aketena se wo ye adwuma ene afidi a wobosole a wobetena mu ena ye ablabo yesere se ye dollar issue no mumuma emra form what you say se dollar no mpo at least se tumi gina by 3 months 4 months mpo ye betuma ye no me bebre wo sa month no mu but in dollar eko etena eko that wouldn't want to ask you. Who could that we mean show because the normal ba me could trade duty. Dollars soon a equi. Dollars soon the working duty no. At the mammy. Well, and it's a man so say last metric say may Antonio dollars. But me could trade duty. Yeah, the dollar na work mammy. I didn't hear with the dollar. I work and your man Sikano may any what's your duty? Make a 20 pesos. Yeah, farmer. 20 pesos. No. Also, would you? What you say? $1 something. Yes, sir. Sir, woman share dollar no am. So dollar no ever for ma. Ubi a car to vit near tone say.
Vit by 20,000.
Yeah, 20,000. Vit number tono 17,000. Since a vit 17,000 and no number talk when for so kakra was so. Since and 85,000, 90,000. And the part do send about to me afford that money no. And yes, sir, we here NDC and your MPP. That be you. We your mind no, or mine no. What you say? Sir, NDC a bar. Next $1 a baba for ma. Me must go to my NDC. Sir, MPP also my daughter number for ma. Because me dollar one me the major man.
We a businessman.
You businessman. Me here NDC man, me MPP man. Are you business na me here? Send by Musume ye be asham ye na mama ene wo mo a atwa mu achia what you say so obi kra obi ba wo nchen onim se mekwa papa wo ye ho a me problem no obotumi asolve na oba na musume ni bia onko no maduro nwo ana what you say nti yesre se enye politics enye dollar NDC ba on share dollar NPP ba on share dollar na dollar no kofom na yentumi fa ne o ma no mbra na yeso yengu mu ematimamfo no na obi anye bi endi ne dwuma na mfa so je mbra be di ntia ba ma me ankasa ma ho kafo me tia no bebre ene mama
wa ya de pa se wa bo we chidom Suma Motors we kura mu abesi na egu so bom pai ma se nyame ankoso a enka ho na wadwuma no onti mu enche region bia na afi international kura no wokobi Honomuti Nana Kweku Suma Wano a penny quantity for the Suma Motors no was also a businessman ye share ye dean como reality near what form no and our cano. Wa we ba dwene ba wo fia wonim senior situation is it and be ya dwene se sa na e koso amasisi ya me said recently ya me caught him up I'm like hey enti container bia mama mu yi I say gaga de unim ne ekoso na de ase wo be ho bi kra but all the same e Ghana back on and na ye wo mabusua ye twa ye ho sima ye ba nkomo aka no ye de to aso de ama ye basisia
Charlie, these MPP guys, then finish us.
Mo, why they lament like that?
Mauli, you know they Ghana. The MPP tell we say they can't protect the public purse. The purse, then Tifa, I want to protect the purse. Corruption, left, right, front, center. I not see some before.
This matter you want to talk with you. It then one day one corruption scandal. PDS, Ejapa, Skytrain, COVID, stolen excavators. God save them take do see the National Cathedral. If we for collect all our monies from them.
Boys, boil up. You guys for cool down. See, we go recover all our stolen funds when John Mahama comes to power.
In this Ghana, how you go do it?
Operation Recover All Loot. Oral for short. John Mahama go investigate all cases of corruption, then prosecute all those found culpable, then retrieve all our stolen assets and funds. They take develop this country.
Shut up! Those way they run the public purse, where they steal one land, they destroy one water bodies on top. When they walk about, they tell we say make we vote for them. No, we for jail them all. Or they come like a kite.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Menina yemreni o oyo man ye John Mahama ne Professor Nana Jeno Pokwadman se wo baba mu a wo be se emesi kakrabia Women's Development Banker e man ko na be ye ho adwuma sikakrabia be tai ma echi ama omobosia de ye adwuma e ho nsi ho ne ye ketua bi e free hairdresser fo so adesuafo ne yen afe na ye bi adwuma adepamfo e ma akuafo yen a ye nam kwan ho ton ade ne yen a ye didwa abefo kwan so ene enwuma wodo a e ma no nyina benya tefa wo mu a yenyi wo bia nsinchen no kwasam ne se John Mahama ne Professor Nana Jeno Pokwadman ye oman panini na bedi akire wo man mu a emma benya gina bia papa to abama nsakrai papa to abama John Mahama ne NDC.
I am the voice for the people. Many enino. Omaini kasamafo ya yenhwe high galamse aseyen suwensuma yemfudie ne yekwa yenyina ya yenhwe high kromo kitashani proye dream ne kankan adokuru wo men esini franka. Youth unemployment is at an all-time high. Hunger is in the face. Uhia eni apochire adokuru manfo wine wo men kasamafo. Thankfully I am the voice for the voiceless, and the gatekeeper of the nation. Abendebo. Emrason. See you share to me. May come creature this year as I set through the corridors of power and set the truth on a plate of justice.
CTV, Ghana's #1. CTV, Ghana's #1.
It's party time on Modern Affair. Ola Bawo. As I introduce to you Safari Zoom Flex live on Ghana's #1. With Zoom Flex, you can join the fun wherever you find yourself via Zoomer. Ella, shake the body. God, it's Friday. Of course, time is 10 p.m. Sharp on Ghana's #1 with the man them DJ Last Week Official. We say Ola Bawo.
Give me the vibe, give me the move, give me the vibe, give me the move, give me
CTV, Ghana's #1.
Somebody like Azuma Nelson, He's giving me an advice on boxing. I'll take it.
The reason she doesn't want to ask me, she feels like it's too early. Maybe she knows the right thing, and she's still complaining.
Apart from business and any other thing, I don't see what you be saying yours.
You're talking to me. When you have children,
Where be with that young guy?
Ladies of late know they like the
married man and the wife alone.
CTV, Ghana's #1.
Nsem nyina akwa biom emra obramu nsem dwumadi ebusuan komo twetwe na emu ayede enti yeguso pa ya yeto so na yensaka yenua bema bako Ado Benjamin amawe law student union vice president at Mackenzie University ene ba bedi nkomo afa ne emra ho ene krom ha sei obika so Okoye Lopez Okoye law na wo na de one kasa choro do say na ape wutimi kan Ghana constitution na obetimi egu trim law books ne bo obetimi chese questions ndi etimi bisa wa wuti wa so da fi and law no me nyanye me nua bema akwaba
how do you respond chinu me say that chinu me say that so conversant you're Nyoki.
Okay,
that's fine, that's
apombo ko de
nyame adom yakremu kakra
ye da nyame ase law na enye den.
Well, it depends on the perspective you are taking it from, because one say even current Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo, yes, she recently held a conference where she said that the law is a difficult cause, and so that is why it is not for virtually everyone. Yes, the law may be difficult in substance because it is a very broad subject. And so, looking at it from that angle, you may say it is difficult. But of course, every individual has his or her own way of going about things. And so, if you have the passion to be a lawyer or to learn the law, you definitely cut corners to learn it, and definitely you go through it. I mean, we've seen people do it over and over again. So, it is not difficult per se. But I mean, it depends on how you have to look at it.
Okay. One kasa personally, Diana Ekanwaka said no, I'm a person yellow. What personally?
Well, the legal profession to me is a noble profession. Okay. So it is a profession that is respected in the society. And that's looking at people who have excelled in the legal profession, people like Chachuchi Kata and the rest. When they are advocating in courts, most of those things are what gingers me to get more and more and more into this legal profession and studying of the law. Yes, and so I have Chachuchi Kata as my role model, and looking at his things that he's done in the legal profession, those are some of the things that usually encourages me. Law is also about humanity, because what will be the essence of reading the law when you are not able to help individuals? Okay. And so, looking at my background, where I come from, Kwashikuma in the Ghana West Municipality, looking at how people are taking through ordeals that are usually against their fundamental human rights, it encourages me to get into the legal profession in order to fight for some of these people for free. And those are some of the things that usually encourage me to get more and more into the legal profession.
Enti courses ben na se wo ye law obedi kan ye near do be film o ye general art from SSR na wo call university course ben na obey.
Well, so for instance, when you read law and you know it from the very onset, as in before you get into secondary school, the best course for you to offer at secondary school will be general arts, and particularly reading government, history, say maybe geography, maybe also be part. Yes. So those are the courses that you have to draw your minds to.
That is all school no, senior high school no. Obota NSL person ye law.
Exactly.
And no subjects I could choose so secondary school na perfect for.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Then from there.
Me personally, although I knew I wanted to read law, But I read also, of course, I read government, history, geography, and economics at St. John's Grammar Senior High School. Just after that...
Which year?
That was in 2015. I completed in 2015.
Okay.
Yes, just after that, I proceeded to the University of Ghana, interestingly, to read political science.
Okay.
Yes, and so it was after the political science that I veered into the law itself. Yes.
Okay, let's just say, and Nebuchadnezzar for St. John's Grammar for me, you know, now Asian was
wow.
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
Yes.
To host you from my alma mater.
Sure.
My young show call university now, we have political science, you know. Subject maybe you make ultimate reading. Then from there, where did you move to?
Yeah, but you know, to read law at the university, you can go straight from the secondary school level. You can go straight from the secondary, although it's a bit difficult to start from the secondary school level. That is why I went to the university to read political science so that my mind will be broadened for the law course. Yes, and so political science, of course, you read about the politics of Ghana, international politics, and all the rest. Yes, and so that broadens your mind and sets the stage for you to read law. Yes, and so that is what I actually did.
Okay. Oh, yeah, commercial law.
Oh, of course, yes. I'm reading commercial law this semester. Level 300.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And so far, how do you see that particular commercial law that we are talking about, 1 and 2? How do you see it? Fundamentals one, who say we are fundamental to say banking, near cost one person, so and I say when you get there, now you say be a commercial law now, it is totally something different you're going to do.
Well, commercial law, I see it to be an extension of contract law. And so contract law is the basics. Yes, then commercial law deals more with, say, the Sale of Goods Act, particularly. And so that one deals with the sale of goods and how what law governs the sale and the contracts that exist between people who are into business. Yes, and so
can you relate it?
Well, definitely yes, Of course, all the law courses are related in our daily lives. Yes. It is. Okay. It is very well related to our daily lives, yes. Okay. That's how I see it.
Okay, and your lecture, how do you feel the course? Because of your own one, because I do a person a chew and pour. Wo personally, saying that I will see carrying a fact.
Okay, so one thing about reading law is that you cannot do chew and pour in law.
Okay.
You definitely fail law. You can't do chew and pour. And so you see, I have the passion to read the law. And that is one thing that I will encourage everyone who wants to read law. Have the passion. If you have the passion, you see, we deal more with cases, decided cases. So in reading the cases, you have to get the interest, just like you are reading those other students, say literature students read their storybooks.
Yes.
So we law students too, our storybooks may be the cases, because the cases are events that have unfolded and how the law views those events, yes. And so if you have the interest in reading these cases, relating them to the appropriate laws that exist, maybe statutes or the Constitution itself, those are the things that will ginger you, and it will make you more and more get into the law. It will make it very easy for you. Me personally, because I have the passion, I continuously read my cases over and over again, and we call something briefing of the cases. So some of the judgments are very long, say 100 pages, 120 pages. Now, briefing cases means you just reduce them into maybe a page or two. So immediately you read the facts of the case, you know the decision that the court arrived at. And so those are the things that usually makes my study of the law very, very easy for me. And I will encourage every law student to, take that path, because it is quite easy for them.
And the adult law, the same law no adding. Field no more. It is totally different.
It is totally different. It depends on the passion that you are reading it with. Yes. So if you have the passion to read it, it wouldn't be difficult for you at all. It is just broad. Of course, that's why they say usually lawyers are litigants, because how an ordinary person will think. As for a lawyer, you need to think all around it. You see black, is there any possibility of making it white? Is there any possibility of doing this and this and that? So you cut corners. to make sure that your arguments are very solid. Nobody can punch any hole around it. Yes.
Yes, yeah, na law student no more books and ne boarding pa.
Oh, that is quite true. Of course, some of the books are expensive. The textbooks that we use, some of them are expensive. I mean, some of them are above 2,000 cedis. Some also hovers around 600, 700 cedis. Your textbooks, yes. So the books are expensive, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
More the constitution and be able to defend your case.
You don't necessarily have to mold the constitution, but of course, level 100, the first course that you would study would be constitutional law. Constitutional law, at the end of your constitutional law, you should be able to know the Constitution of Ghana. That's the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. You should be able to know it inside out, such that when you are met with any situation, you know which part of the Constitution is applicable. Yes. And so, for instance, you hear about the current case of the speaker and the judiciary about the declaration of the vacant seats. Yes. Of course, yes. So they talk about the interpretation of Article 97, Clause 1, G and H of our Constitution. Yes. So those are the things. I mean, the Supreme Court, per Article 130, Clause 1, is the only court that can interpret the Constitution. That's the 1992 Constitution. Per Article 2, Clause 1, any citizen of Ghana who feels that any provision of the Constitution is being interpreted wrongly or being applied wrongly can take an application to the Supreme Court to have that particular section or provision of the Constitution interpreted. Yes, and I think that is what Honorable Afenyo Markins did at the Supreme Court. And so we would have to wait on them, probably.
Okay, that particular case, when you DHA as a law student.
Of course. It's very, very interesting for us law students because we are now seeing some of our constitutional law issues unfold. Yes, even in political science, you talk about these checks and balances, separation of powers. All those are rules that underpin our constitution as Ghanaians. Yes, and so we are now seeing the power play between the legislature, which is an arm of government, and the judiciary, which is also an arm of government. Interestingly, it seems as though when it comes to the constitution, the judiciary is the arm that has the upper hand. Yes, because, I mean, Article 130, Clause 1, even if a high court is trying a matter, and the case comes to a stage where the provision of the Constitution that the High Court is supposed to apply needs to be interpreted. Per Article 130, Clause 2, it has to stay proceedings and refer the matter to the Supreme Court for that particular provision to be interpreted before the High Court can proceed with that matter. And so that is just it.
Sanya mini abema aduato ne boasi a wo quote no. Oma lawyer fepa because Article 130 Clause 2 be a constitution of the and state that when a court other than the Supreme Court encounters a question of law related to the interpretation or enforcement of the Constitution, the court must take proceedings and refer to the question to the Supreme Court.
Yes.
The court where the question arose must then dispose of the case in accordance with the Supreme Court's decision.
Exactly. So you see,
that is so beautiful.
Yeah. So you see, I didn't chew that. You get it. But I was able to, get you the particular provision that speaks about that. And so that is what the passion does for you as a law student. Yes, if you have the interest in reading law, you just have to develop the passion for it, and you definitely go through it.
Oh, okay. Proceedings.
Oh, yes. Yes, and we have what we also call the moot courts. Moot court is like a simulation of what happens in the main courts, yes. So we do it, we have cases that we argue ourselves, yes, as law students in the school. Yes, and so those are the things that build you up. And of course, our legal system in Ghana here is in two folds. So you do the first part, which is the LLB, that gives you the knowledge in substantive law, after which you go to what we call the Makola to do the professional law
Thank you very much for bringing me there, because now me baby say I told they be a much makola the exams na model makola na the amount of people are failing. What happens? Because what there?
Yes.
And the battle, wow.
So you see, our legal system as we have in Ghana, the legal education system as we have in Ghana is twofold. And so what happens usually at the entrance exam to the Ghana School of Law, you see, per the Legal Professions Act, Legal Professions Act, Act 32, it establishes the General Legal Council, which per Section 1(1)(a) is responsible for the organization of legal education in Ghana.
Okay.
Now, it is the only institution that is mandated to organize legal education in Ghana here. And they established the Ghana School of Law that we have now, Makola, yes. Interestingly, at the time, I think before 2019 thereabouts, Makola was the only school in Ghana that was offering the professional law courses. And because of space, because it is the only school, and a lot of people are also interested in reading the law and becoming lawyers and everything. So after your LLB, definitely you want to proceed to Makola to read the professional law course so that you can be called to the bar. And so it makes a lot of people come together to compete for maybe a limited space at the Ghana School of Law. And so that is what has been causing most of the problems. And in fact, in 2019, when they wrote the entrance exam, out of about 1,800 people who took the exam, just 128 people passed.
And they passed, yeah?
Yes.
The rest?
Yes, all the rest failed. And interestingly, they would have to be writing over and over and over again. So that number will be there. They would wait for those who will complete LL exam. They will compete with all of them for the same space.
I remember you pass your time so now I say a space now hold them until you fail students.
Oh, yes.
And I say your questions are so difficult for them to answer.
Definitely not the questions, because the questions are all coming from the substantive law courses, which we all read at the university level. Yes, and so but now the Ghana School of Law is trying to expand.
Okay.
And so recently they have opened satellite campuses at UPSA, GIMPA, and KNUST. And so recently, I think about 1,400 students were admitted recently at the just ended exam that they took. Yes.
Yeah, Brandon, so now common yet the public questions be a honor who here lay person's opinion no what you want but onim send yes it here. You're feeling Crawford no yam show at a point. Omoka some person say that achim kokos ne pe and a beye law kroma say.
Yeah,
but that I say family be a person lawyer.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. But you know in say nyame ya adumo china dwumedi kese amodesha so seminar and project commissioning law school and beyond navigating career path and networking. Obetimi ache dwumedi ne faribai.
Okay, so basically as vice president of the Law Students Union at King's University, we have interactions with our students, and you realize that, just as you put it, most of us would want to proceed to the Ghana School of Law and become lawyers, eventually after reading the law. And so how to go about that? I mean, the law school, what happens there? After the law school, what also happens? How do you get your feet into the legal profession? This is what underpinned the current administration's idea to come up with a seminar, that is the LSU seminar, which is themed law school and beyond, navigating career paths and networking. And so we have people who would come, I mean legal professionals, all of them are lawyers, including the former Attorney General lawyer Aikwe Otu, who are coming to tell us how they were able to navigate their way through the law school and how they were able to get their feet into the legal profession. I mean, those are very successful people in the legal professions, yes.
Me aside on obetimi abo other ana e wa say me mbo.
Oh yes, if you want, you can.
Okay, Yera Ikwe Otu Esquire, but her ladyship Ellen Lodina Meku Eba, one of the youngest justice
of
the High Court.
Yes.
Nana Kwesi Esquire, managing director for PMMC. Ba no what Esquire, so a practicing lawyer Gertrude, and if I don't Eko Esqua, one immediate past SRC president of Ghana School of Law. Ajua Osafru Du. Okay, Esubonti Esqua, one no see a barrister and a solicitor at the Supreme Court of Ghana.
Yes.
You know, and Penifon Kumana.
Yes. So if guys, we have a justice of the High Court, that is the bench. We have lawyers, and we have also people from the government's point of view, say Lawyer Ikuotu, who has been an attorney general, and so he is also coming to express his opinion on how we relate the study of the law to governance.
Okay.
Yes, and so we have everything covered in our seminar tomorrow. Yes.
Patro Ebekosu or Hefa?
Ebekosu or King's University, Aplaku. Yes, that's where it will happen.
Okay. Time?
The time is from 12 p.m. Yes.
Okay. Inti me Patro obe o number bi obi ba obetimi afrɛ and I say.
Oh yes. Ubetimi afrɛ 0543664009. 0543664009.
Okay.
Yes.
And ye ma Ado Benjamin ama wono law students union na as a vice president King's University. Nyame ya adomo chi no modwumedia eba so o se 12 and na umbesha se beko so e King's University seminar project commissioning law school and beyond navigating career path and networking. Now show mpenifo kukudam eni ntia wo ba mo amone je ho sam be law. My lord, your Anna article 61 clause 8 that what kind of papa me fa church na mo nkonya suo no sanse nipa e ba wo mutia bobew e wo law mo ya wo kasa che wa e be hye wo nkran e ma dwuma no wetimi akose law as a profession mafato be hoso enti enua be ma Ado Benjamin ama medase. Thank you very much. We are vice president.
Lastly, I would want to put in a word for say as law students, we've also taken keen interest in the policies of the two major political parties about legal education. And so I read the NPP's manifesto, I read the NDC's manifesto. Looking at the NPP's manifesto, for instance. Oh, sorry. Then maybe we would have to end it here.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll also encourage people who have interest in law to also have a look at King's University. We have a very serene environment for the reading of the law. Yes, and so.
Ado Benjamin, thank you very much for your time. Midiano pay and a gargantuan lady on Hinewa Kesebwahine, Miss Sorisuna, Dr. Kofi, and Nana for one more actress. Law, dear. Ubia Bukovi. Because I was a fear be a lawyer or no.
Yes.
The
5 kg of rice has moved from 25 cedis to 165.
Hey! Boss, cement moved from 24 cedis to 105 cedis now. Hey!
The kenke is 5 cedis. The fish, I have 10, 15, and 20 cedis. Which one do you want?
Hey!
Stop the A.
Hey!
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Nana, who are you voting for this year?
Habateria. As for this question, you need not ask. John Mahama and the NDC, of course. Who else? You know there should be a change. Maybe I should have brought to Abapa.
Nana, born before computer.
Yeah,
do you still remember how to vote?
I am so sharp. On December 7th, when I get to my polling station, I'll take my voter's ID card to the EC officer. He will check, find my name, and give me a ballot paper. I'll inspect the ballot paper and make sure the EC stamp is at the back with no other markings around it. When I get to the box, I will just inspect the paper again, search for the umbrella. I will just put my thumb in the ink pad and stamp the empty box just by the umbrella, not on the line or Mohammed's face, but in the empty box just by the umbrella. Then I clean my hand, fold my ballot paper vertically and horizontally, and drop it straight into the presidential box.
Nana, well done.
On the parliamentary candidate, I'll just stamp my hand in the empty box just by the umbrella. Now I'm done. Give it back.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama